Yo, what up, guys? Happy Friday, 7 a.m., right on the money. So, yesterday, had some lunch with my dad, had really good conversation. One of the things I'm grateful for the most since I've been clean and sober, right, is the reconnecting with people, the rebuilding of relationships, and all of that is genuine. I've stated before, I keep my circle small. I don't like bad vibes. I don't like negative energy. Nothing like that. Like, I feel that. If I'm around that, I feel that, and it's upsetting, right? It's upsetting. Because if whenever I'm in like some sort of mood, whatever, I don't project that on other people, you know? I remove myself from situations or do what it takes to get through that. So, the reconnecting, the rebuilding, and that's what I'm doing, right? I don't take advice from a lot of people if they are not where I want to be, if they are not walking their talk, or if I could just sense something is off, I'll listen, and if it applies, it applies. If it doesn't, it doesn't, But I don't take advice from a lot of people. But, my dad, he's always had the best interest, for me. The best interest, man. He joined the army when he was, I don't know how old, 18 maybe. Him and my mom got married young. I think they had me at 19. And then when he got back, he worked some sort of job, like at Truly Nolan. Then he got a job at the airport. And he worked his way all the way up to basically second in command, director of safety. He retired. And now he, forgot the name of it. When a certain company or something seeks help from a third party, and he's kind of like a Gordon Ramsay for the type of work he does. I'm not going to say too much about that, but for some reason the specific word slipped my mind. But he's been traveling. Just went to Dubai. And, a certain organization out there contacted my dad, needed some help, and they flew him out there. He oversaw the operation, and he is basically writing like a report of how they can better their situation. It's some top-notch stuff, dude. So, with that being said, I listen to everything he says, and I should be applying that, right? I sense 100% genuine vibes from that, from his advice, all that. I used to dislike hanging out with him, really, because I was always up to no good. I wasn't fully confident in anything I was doing, aside from being a dirtbag, right? Because like the father and son talk is like, hey, how's this going? How's that going? Have you done this? Have you done that? How did it go when you said you would be doing this? For the most part, my whole life, like 99% of the time, I either lied or just basically made up a story, talked a good game, kind of fed that conversation, fed him with things that he would like to hear, right? And then fast forward some time on their next, conversation, I'd still be at the same spot, maybe even worse positions. So, one of the things in that conversation we were talking about business, because he's pretty much working for himself now since he retired, and he is doing nothing but traveling, man. Just traveling. And can't believe I forgot the word. But yeah, he various organizations are hitting him up, flying him out different places, and he's fixing whatever needs to be fixed, right? So yeah, I'd be dumb not to listen and apply everything he's saying. So during the conversation, we were talking about, I was asking him questions about certain issues, like common issues he sees throughout different companies, like law enforcement, airports, stuff like that, right? And one of the things he was saying is various people that are like in management positions, owners, business owners, he said that he saw a lot of people taking the path of least resistance. And throughout that conversation, I understood and I felt everything he was saying. Everything that we were talking about applied to me. I thoroughly understood it. I felt uncomfortable at the time because I've always lived a life of just taking the path of least resistance, doing the bare minimum just to get by. First time I ever acknowledged that was in high school. I did just enough just to stay on the wrestling team, just enough to get by. And then after I graduated, got some jobs, I made it up to like supervisorial positions, but I could have went further, but I was just content. Sure, I had my addiction, but even when I was clean, I took the path of least resistance. And I got a lot out of that conversation. When certain things people say, like to you, when they're looking out for you, certain things can make you uncomfortable. It could kind of upset you because it's true, and you kind of feel vulnerable. You know what I mean? When you hear things like that, they kind of affect, they kind of hit the heartstrings, right? Because there's I've spoke about it before. There's certain things that I have to tighten up, and I'm taking the steps to do that. So the path of least resistance, like, that doesn't even sound good. It doesn't sound admirable, right? Just being a person taking the path of least resistance. I don't want to be that guy. I was that guy for so long. One of my favorite quotes is, I didn't come this far just to come this far. I'm not doing this for nothing. I have so many dreams. And, eBay is going to be what fuels those dreams, right? Taking these investments and then creating other things. So, yeah, if you can relate with taking the path of least resistance, acknowledge that. And if you're able to do something about it, right? If you're able to do something about it, then do it. Just be greater, right? Just be the best version. Just be greater. I don't even know if that's correct English. Just be gooder. Just why be average, man? Why be average? If you get the blessing to be 60, 70, 80, 90, I don't want to be chilling in bed with a head full of regrets, right? Fuck no. So I got a lot out of the conversation. I will be applying a lot of things to my life. You know what I mean? I'm keeping those for me, because anyone could come on here and paint a pretty picture, you know, just for a little bit of clout. And, you know, they have to go home and live with that. So, yeah, man. Just be gooder. Thanks for listening.